Hey, it's time for TV Skywriter. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to TV Skywriter, local edition. This is a weekday show. Ordinarily, my show is on Sundays, as you know, at 7 p.m. But I have this new local edition version for people like Willa Robinson Allen, who work for either government or nonprofit agencies. Sunday's not always a good day, so that's why I have this new show. So let me introduce you to Willa Robinson Allen. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
And she's from the Durham County Department of Public Health. And you're also the head of the Durham Diabetes Coalition, right?
I manage the health education portion of the Durham Diabetes Coalition.
Okay. Now here you wanted to talk about this new little publication just came out this week. So we're actually not going to only talk about diabetes, but we're going to talk about chronic diseases. I thought we'd better start out, though, explaining what a chronic disease is.
Mm-hmm. A chronic disease is a condition that once it's developed, it does not go away. Mm-hmm. It can be managed and it can be controlled, but it's not anything that typically has a cure.
Okay, so just name a couple. I guess diabetes would be one.
Mm-hmm. Diabetes, cancer.
Okay.
It can be.
What about HIV? Because you don't necessarily. It used to be like a death sentence, but now people are living decades.
Yeah.
So is that now considered a chronic disease?
It is a chronic disease because again, it doesn't go away.
Mm-hmm.
But most people with HIV, a lot of people with HIV, they're under a form of treatment. Mm-hmm. And it helps to manage the disease, so they're living a little bit longer.
Okay, and you said there's something also different about HIV as compared to diabetes because of the nature in which it's contracted. Mm-hmm. You said it's called
HIV is a virus.
Okay.
And once a virus is developed in your system, mm-hmm. the virus remains in your system.
Okay, so you said some people say they're cured, but they're really not. They're really managing it well. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to this program, it says here chronic disease self-management program. Mm-hmm. Obviously, these are people who know that they have been diagnosed, but I want to back up from that. Okay. When should people? Sometimes people are suspicious that they have something and they're afraid to check it out. Mm-hmm. What kind of encouragement can you give people who know there's something wrong, but they're afraid to go to the doctor to see what it is? I mean, some people are actually that scared.
Knowing is going to be best for them. So mm-hmm. I encourage, if you see or feel something out of the ordinary, definitely go to your healthcare provider. If you don't mm-hmm. have a primary healthcare provider, there's lots of resources. Mm-hmm. Lincoln Community Health Center, mm-hmm. Care Incorporated.
Talk a little bit louder.
Okay. There's lots of resources mm-hmm. in Durham. Mm-hmm. And so if you suspect that something's out of the ordinary, it would be good to go to the doctor, mm-hmm. find out what's going on. Right. Because with just about any chronic disease, the earlier that you diagnose, exactly. It gives you more options for the management and the treatment.
Mm-hmm. And I can attest to that because my sister knew something was wrong. Mm-hmm. She didn't check it out. She was afraid. She had that, what is that phrase? What you don't know can't hurt you, or something like that. Mm-hmm. She was really afraid. And by the time she had it checked out, I can't remember what stage it was, but she had breast cancer. And it was almost too late. That's how late she waited. And I know a lot of people do this. They're like really afraid. And I don't blame them for being afraid. It's scary. Yeah. But thank God she did check it out and she survived. The second time it occurred, mm-hmm. she knew to act
immediately.
Yeah. Okay. She actually fought off breast cancer twice, which is, to me, just I'm just so thankful that mm-hmm. she's still here with us. But you can't wait.
No.
You know?
I would not advise it. But routine checkups are also mm-hmm. helpful. So, excuse me, a person that has a family history mm-hmm. of a chronic condition. Mm-hmm.
When you say family history, is that just your parents or siblings too?
It could be siblings too.
Mm-hmm. Parents, because we had no history of cancer in my family. My sister It's the first person I know, my family, except for my cousin Jim, who's kind of down the family line there. But because my sister had breast cancer, so do we all have to worry now?
I would say that does increase your risk. It doesn't mean that you'll get cancer or breast cancer, but it does increase the risk. And people can be the first one in their family with a certain type of cancer. And you may carry a gene for certain types of cancer, but it does not develop. Okay. Unfortunately, cancer is one of those, we have no idea why it develops, but the little information we know helps us to understand certain things such as risk factors. Now, just because you have a risk factor for a condition, again, does not mean that you'll develop it. But what it does say is, let me be very proactive. Let me go get those screenings. Let me have my blood pressure checked, and temperature.
And take advantage of those free mammogram programs and whatnot.
Please do. Please do. Mammograms, they do save lives.
Definitely. So I can imagine people who are better off are better at looking after themselves because they get the health care and the free checkups and whatnot. What do you suggest for people who are low income, who very often don't go to the doctor until it's sometimes too late?
I would suggest to use the local resources. I named Lincoln Community Health Center.
Can you get a free health checkup at Lincoln?
It really depends. If Lincoln is your primary care provider, then you can get your annual checkups, which with any healthcare provider that you go to, you're going to get the standard. You're going to get your blood pressure checked. You're going to get your temperature, your pulse. And sometimes that's enough to say, let's look a little bit closer and see if there's something going on. Other things, such as the mammogram, which is usually recommended once a year, you can still get those.
And is it after a certain age, like every 2 years? Do we still say that?
It depends on the person and their family history. Usually for a mammogram, it's baseline at 30, somewhere between 30 and 35.
Okay.
And then every 1 to 2 years afterwards.
Okay.
The recommendation sometimes will change. If you've got a family history, a known family history, they may say, yes, come get that mammogram every year. Or if you feel something out of the ordinary, go ahead and have a check.
And this might be indelicate. I'm going to say it anyway. I know it's morning time. But they say very often, when it comes to like breast cancer, very often they're discovered by their husband or boyfriend. And so the men should be vigilant as well. Very often they know the female anatomy a bit better than we do, or more familiar, so to speak. So if you notice something different, don't keep it to yourself, right?
Definitely do not keep it to yourself. Go have a check.
And actually, there's organizations like CARE. They're downtown on, I think they're on Broadway. Is that the street? I think it's
214 on Broadway.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Wow. But they have lots of wonderful programs. They have they have Zumba classes. They have free screenings. I think you can still get, in fact, I first heard of CARE because they were giving free HIV tests. Okay.
And the
Lincoln
health
has free
offers the HIV testing.
Okay.
And the health department, since you mentioned mammograms, there's a program called PCEP, Breast and Cervical Cancer Control Program. And what it does is it if you're eligible, it pays for a mammogram, pays for an annual Pap test.
Okay.
And clinical breast exam.
Oh, okay. That is okay. I'm putting that in the next issue of the Durham Skywriter. That's good to know. I didn't know that. I did not know that. So there's CARE, Lincoln, Durham Department of Public Health, and there's probably others.
There are others.
And I'm sure you'll let me know so I can put it in the Durham Skywriter.
Yes,
and maybe have them come on the show as well. So I just wanted to start the show with that.
Okay.
And then you can tell us about the self-management program. Once you're diagnosed, what's the next step?
After
getting over the depression. Because sometimes people are depressed to inaction. So what do you suggest people do once they're diagnosed?
Once you're diagnosed, find out as much about the condition as possible. So the chronic disease self-management program, it meets, it's periodic. The
Mhm.
good thing is free. It meets for 6 weeks,
Okay.
2 hours each week,
Mhm.
1 day a week.
Okay.
And it covers just about what you need to do for any chronic disease. High blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, stroke. We had a number of people to come through the program.
Okay.
And so it looks at recognizing depression, what to do about it. Looks at stress relief, relaxation, and how to your medications, the best way to take your medications. If you have concerns,
what is the wrong way to take medication?
Typically skipping them.
Oh.
Or just taking them. For instance, a person with high blood pressure. Sometimes people take their high blood pressure medicine only when they feel that their blood pressure is up.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Which is
I've heard of people
works.
being off their meds, so to speak, because they feel pretty good. And
or
actually,
maybe they're traveling, and certain high blood pressure medications, they go to the bathroom a lot. So if you're going to be on the road, you don't want to be stopping every few hours, or maybe even less than that.
But you still need to take your meds, though.
You're right. That's exactly what you need.
So I guess that's just an adjustment you're going to have to make.
Sometimes you can make an adjustment in the time that you take your medication, and that might make a difference right there.
Now, what about people? Every now and then I hear about low-income people taking half the dose, trying to stretch it out. You know, you don't recommend that, probably.
Do not recommend it. But there's still resources in Durham. One that comes to mind is senior pharmacists that will work with you and kind of help you to, if they know of any resources to help you get your medication so that you can take it on a regular basis, they will definitely share that with you.
And I think they're for seniors and people with disabilities only, right? Pretty much?
To my understanding, yes. But that's an organization that's going to know if you're outside of the group that they normally work with. It's an organization that can tell you about other resources as well.
Okay. And there are lots of resources. And in fact, I was told that if you ever need medicine and sometimes you're short on cash, you don't want to skip your medication. Sometimes you can get samples. I don't know if that's still true.
Well,
I heard they're getting a little tight on that, but certain manufacturers sometimes have programs to help people without a big cash flow. And sometimes your doctor has samples. I don't know if that's always true nowadays.
I think it still exists, but it might be, I don't know exactly how to go about that. Talking to a healthcare provider, they'll give you wonderful information. But the first step is seeing a healthcare provider.
Yeah, right.
Cool. So that's, go ahead, get diagnosed. And one of the things that I've done personally, if I know that I have a family history of a certain condition, I try my best to start making some lifestyle changes that's going to help that. So it involves,
for example,
diet, making changes in my diet, exercising, smoking. Well, not to smoke. And if you need resources on how to quit, then the health department offers some resources for that. Not the medications, but we do offer the classes.
Okay.
But just looking at some changes in your lifestyle sometimes will make one heck of a difference.
And that's part of the self-management program as well? Okay.
And this program kind of teaches you some of those basics as well.
So you don't have to split people up. Like you don't have to have special meetings just with diabetics or just with HIV or whatever. Any chronic disease. So is it during the day? Because some people are 9-to-5 workers. What about
we
that?
offer some during the day. We offer some in the evenings. If there's an organization that's willing to host us, we'll come out there.
Oh, okay. And it's still free?
Still free.
Okay.
That's what helps keep it free. If whenever we're able to partner with another organization to host the space to hold the program, we'll bring the staff out and offer it in that space. We'll take care of the marketing, the promotion, the registration, everything. But if someone will offer the space for us to use, we definitely take advantage of it.
Awesome. So are these a series of of meetings or classes where you have to attend each one?
Yes.
Or do you just go to one class? Or what?
It's 6 weeks, and we ask that you attend each of the 6 classes because one kind of builds on the next one.
Okay.
So
do you have one going on now? A session going on right now?
We do have a couple going on. We'll be starting a few more.
Okay.
We know that we will be hosting some classes at Lincoln Community Health Center.
Awesome. Okay.
Some of those we're going to be in the day, and some of them in the evening. Now, we've had a lot of requests for them. We're just looking for places, and I mean, our schedules are very flexible that we can offer just about any time.
Even the weekend?
Even the weekends.
Okay. So, for example, let's just say there's a church and maybe a lot of the congregation is older and they notice that they're starting to come down with ailments and diagnoses of diabetes and stuff. So that particular church can partner with you to help their congregation. Nice. That'd be 6-week program.
Yes.
And it's free.
It's free.
Wow. So how do they hook up? What number do they call?
Oh, they call me. And my number is 919-560-7771.
Okay, and say it one more time.
919-560-7771.
Okay. Now, looking at this, I haven't really read it yet, but give us some good info from here that maybe we could take away. Because I see cost savings, for one thing. It's real important to save money, isn't it?
It is. And it's if you focus on prevention, prevention is always going to be less expensive than treatment. We know that what we're trying to do is avoid a person having to be admitted to the hospital. And some of the things that are taught in this program will help to prevent that. So that's a cost savings for not only Durham County, but for the individual as well.
Well, I don't know if it's anywhere in there, but walking is such a benefit. I know someone who was really overweight, and her doctor said, "You got to lose weight or else you're on the verge of getting diabetes." She started walking every single day, even in the rain. And if it was cold, she would go to either like Lion Park, where they have that walking area above the gym. So she dropped a lot. Oh, she also completely overhauled her eating. I mean, completely.
Diet and exercise.
She does not have diabetes. I mean, she was like right there. She was right there. And she was able to stave it off by exercise, and exercise for her was walking. I mean, it's not like she started playing racquetball, running, marathon. No, just walking, just plain walking. Changing her diet, and now she's super healthy. It's awesome.
It makes a difference, just those small changes. And it's not like you have to go to a gym or have any major type of exercise routine, especially for a person that was not used to exercising at all. Walking is perfectly fine. And between the walking and the dietary changes, that probably helped that person to drop weight.
It was amazing. Yeah. Not a little bit. I mean, I would say she's literally half the size that she was.
Oh, wow. She's
serious. But she wants to stay on us as long as possible. So, yeah, and walking early in the morning is, I mean, so what's it going to be today? Like 99? I think it's going to be 100 all week. So you might say, oh, my God, I can't walk this week. But I guess if you get up early enough.
You can do it early. We're going to have, well, actually yesterday, I believe, was the longest day of the summer.
Yeah, June 21st, longest day.
So we still have quite a bit of daylight till about 8:30 p.m. So if you're not able to do in the morning, which is really going to be cooler, then you can do the late afternoons. 7, 8.
It's still like,
it is
even at 9, it's like in the 80s still. I would suggest mornings.
If you can do mornings, that will be better even before the sun comes out very bright, because then it's going to burn the heat.
Yeah, once the sun hits you, it's over. So I would say, I don't even know what time sunrise is nowadays. It's like
around
6, something like that. Yeah. So
now, I do recommend, whether you are outside or not, you got to get water.
Yes. And lots
Gotta
of
drink water.
copious
Not at the
amounts.
point in time that you feel thirsty,
Mhm.
because at that point you're pretty close to dehydration.
Mhm.
So
Explain what that is, because I almost succumbed to dehydration, and this health professional told me you've got to drink water, and you might not feel thirsty,
Mhm.
but drink anyway, because when you get dehydrated, it'll be actually not too late, but it'll be. Well, he just said just keep drinking water.
If you're thirsty, you're already on the way to dehydration.
Right. And explain what dehydration is, though.
So your body is made up mostly of water.
Mm-hmm.
And so in order to, and that water helps to do a whole lot in the body.
Mm-hmm.
It helps with cleansing toxins from the body. It keeps the organs working the way they're supposed to. The kidneys, the heart, it's a lubrication.
And if you perspire like we are now, it cools you off.
It cools you off, but you're losing water at that point in time.
Oh,
so that's part of it.
Okay.
So we're supposed to drink about, and I'm saying about, 64 ounces of water every single day.
Okay.
If you are consuming things that's got caffeine in it, then you need to replace that. So even though a drink has water in it, that doesn't include it. That's not part of your 64 ounces.
Explain that, because when I read about drinking water, they say avoid caffeinated drinks and alcohol because they will make you dehydrated. And I'm like, well, they're liquid, so how does that work?
Caffeine pulls water from your body. And if you notice, if you drink a lot of caffeinated drinks, you go to the bathroom a little bit more. So when you're going to the bathroom, you're also getting rid of that water. So, you said caffeinated drinks and alcohol, because even though both of those are still fluids, it doesn't have the replenishing effect. So basically, those are kind of going to the kidneys and they're flushing out. But they're taking the good water that's in your system liquid, and you don't want that.
Okay, I got you. That makes sense. So you want to drink more water than, even if you do like to drink tea and soda, try to drink. I would suggest alternating.
Well, my recommendation
does that work? If you really like tea, to drink some water first and then reward yourself with some tea.
You can.
Next time you want to get
try
a drink.
To drink as much. For instance, let's say I like caffeinated sodas. So, and I drink a 12 ounce of caffeinated soda. I need to, in addition to my 64 ounces, I need to drink 12 ounces of water to flush out the soda that I drink.
Okay.
But I can't count that in my 64 ounces.
Okay. One thing I do like, though, even though when, I don't know if it was the 70s or the 80s or the 90s, whenever it was, I think it was the 90s, I don't know, when bottled water became, I guess that was the 80s, when bottled water started becoming popular. And at first I thought it was ridiculous. I was like, who's going to buy water? But one thing I really enjoy seeing, kids walking around with bottles of water. I never thought it would happen, because we grew up drinking Kool-Aid and soda pop. And I'm always surprised and impressed when I see kids. And I never thought I'd see a kid beg their mom for money so they could buy some water. I thought I'd never see that in my lifetime. But it's happening, and I think it's actually a good thing.
I think that's a wonderful thing, because it's really hard. It's hard for a person to choose water over a soft drink.
I know, if they're used to that taste.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh, yeah. When water's going to taste, water won't have a taste.
Well, they have that flavored water now.
They do, and you can flavor your own water. You can add just a little bit. People do it all the time in restaurants. They add a little bit of lemon to it, maybe lime. We've got this wonderful season where strawberries, blueberries, all of those things are in season. So if you want just a little bit of flavor, drop some fresh fruit in there.
You know what I do sometimes? Right outside this door, which is where at my house, I have some mint plants. And mint flavored water is really good. Very refreshing. Highly recommended, folks. I mean, you can get mint plants. You can even get those at Walmart.
You can.
Don't plant them in open ground, because they will take over your entire yard. Yeah. Where I have it planted, it's surrounded by sidewalk, so it can't escape. but it will take over your. Actually, unless you do want to replace your lawn with mint, that might be cool. Actually, that would smell really nice.
It would.
Now, if your lawn is connected to your neighbor's lawn, they won't be too happy about it. But it does smell nice, and it tastes pretty good, and it makes really good tea as well.
I've heard.
I don't think it's. Actually, let me tell you a real cool thing. This might actually be helpful. I'm not sure, but you can take some mint leaves and wrap them in a moistened paper towel. Okay, now some people say that when you pick mint leaves, you have to hang them up for several weeks for them to dry. You don't have to do that anymore with microwaves. Some people don't like microwaves, but just for people who do like microwaves. You take some mint leaves, roll them in a moist paper towel, put them in the microwave for 1 minute, and they will dry to the point where you can make tea out of them. You know, with tea, you can, what do you call it? Tea infuser or tea, the thing you dip in the water, you put the leaves in there, make a really nice fresh cup of tea. I don't think that would harm you in terms of the hydration. I don't think.
It shouldn't, because you still,
it's not
you do have the base of the water, and then you've got a natural plant in it. So I don't think
it's
that
good. I highly recommend it.
I must try it sometime.
Okay.
And I don't have any mint, but I would try it.
Okay. Tell us a few more things about chronic. I see on the back page here, chronic pain. Excuse me. Chronic pain self-management. A lot of people are in pain. Yes. And what hints could you possibly have for people dealing with pain? Because that must be horrible.
Now, we have the chronic disease self-management. We also have chronic pain self-management. That's the newest one that will be offered.
Okay.
And so it is set up the same way. Both of these programs were created by Stanford University. And so what we've done, we've been able to receive training to offer it in the community. So the chronic pain self-management is the same way. It's 6 weeks. It's 2 hours for 1 day a week. But it focuses more on how to manage your pain along with your healthcare provider. So if your healthcare provider has you on medications, has made some recommendations for you. So we talk about the same things. We talk about exercise, how to manage your medications, how to manage your pain through distraction techniques.
So give me a hint, because
for instance, with each of the participants receive a CD. Okay. And it has like kind of a guided imagery type thing on it, or a progressive relaxation. So in the comforts of your home, don't do it while you're driving. You don't want to be that relaxed.
Wow.
So in the comforts of your own home, you can listen to it, and it will just guide you through, talk you through. And most people that have used it said it has been really, really helpful, because the mind is very powerful. And if you can get your mind to focus on something besides the pain, then you're usually able to cope a little bit better.
Interesting. Okay. Now, there's a trick for, I've known a couple of people who suffer from migraines. I can't imagine the horror of migraines.
I suffer from migraines.
Oh my God. But I heard that you can put your arms, out and make concentric circles like that. Or have you heard of that one?
I have not.
I don't know if it works with migraines. I know it works with headaches. Okay. I heard that migraines are like horrible. So anyway, but I know for headaches it works. You go like this, and you make these, and you think about making these circles with your arms, and before you know it, your headache's gone. Or you've distracted yourself to the point where you don't notice that your headache is there.
I'll definitely try it. So, I'll try it and see if it works.
So try that. I mean, now, one reason I was curious about this pain self-management is because I was hearing that some of the abuse that's occurring now in people's homes come from people stealing or borrowing other people's pain medication. And I was just wondering if there's a way with your self-management that people can maybe use less medication. Because abuse and addiction is a big problem, isn't it?
It is, and it depends on the person's condition and basically what they're working with their healthcare provider.
Okay.
It may be that if you're on a pain medication and you take it as needed, then the techniques that you learn through self-management are going to work better for you.
Okay.
If you're required to be on a pain medication and take it kind of in prevention, then the techniques will help you most likely not to need more.
Okay. Okay.
Because anytime you're on a medication, especially sometimes with pain medications, if you're on it for a long period of time, over a period of time, it's going to not work as well as it did because your body becomes used to it.
Okay. And you can get addicted too, right?
It depends on the medication.
Because I always hear about people who hurt their backs. I don't know what kind of medication you get when you hurt your back, but I've heard people with really severe like back injuries. Very often they get, I shouldn't say very often, but I've heard that whatever medication they're given for that excruciating type pain that they're suffering, that's when the trouble starts.
There are some medications that have higher addiction rates, but not all pain medications are like that.
Oh, okay.
And it might be that if that person is able to work through a couple other things, sometimes flexibility, and which might be very limited, at first, but once they're able to work through it a little bit and maybe even exercising, they typically will find that they can manage the pain a little bit better as well.
Maybe yoga can help.
Oh, I think yoga is an excellent idea. An excellent idea.
Okay.
And even if you can't do everything in the class, most people will find that they progress very quickly, and any progress is progress.
Okay. And Durham has a lot of yoga studios.
Oh, yes.
And it's in the Durham Skywriter. I don't remember what day it is or was, but I know that there was a 1 hour free yoga class in Durham Central Park.
Yeah, that was
that already happened
yesterday.
Oh,
I think it was offered in conjunction with the YMCA.
Yes.
But I would say pay attention to the schedule from the YMCA because it may be offered again.
Okay.
I've also seen it offered at the American Tobacco campus.
Okay. Oh,
and they were the yoga classes were on the lawn.
Okay.
I think those were like pretty early in the morning before the sun gets really, really, really hot. But it sounds like fun.
I'd like to try it one day. I've been invited to check it out, and I will check it out.
You should.
Now, when I was still living in Chicago, it was a common sight when taking the bus downtown to go to work early in the morning. There would be people on Lake Michigan, on the beach, whatever, doing Tai Chi, or in almost a Durham Central Park. I mean, Grant Park in Chicago, downtown Chicago, and you would see people in groups doing the Tai Chi thing. That might be kind of it looks like yoga to me in that they're standing up and moving slowly.
So that are very slow.
So that might be helpful.
Tai Chi is one of the most common exercise routines for especially people with arthritis. And other pain, fibromyalgia.
Yeah, my sister.
And so Tai Chi has been very helpful for that. And also yoga. Both of the programs. Now, as far as yoga, at one point in time in Durham, East Regional Library had yoga free of charge on Saturday mornings.
Really?
I believe 9:30 to 10:30.
They still have it?
The last I heard.
I'll check into it and I will report in the Durham Skywriter, durhamskywriter.com. I'll let you know. That's good to know. Now, I know that as far as yoga, I don't know if they still do it every week, but I do know that in past years, there were free yoga classes in conjunction with the Durham Farmers Market. They probably don't do that anymore because I haven't heard about it lately, but I'll check into that as well. Because
I haven't been out there in time enough for a yoga class, but it very well may be. And they did have them on the lawn.
Okay. Right. Because I used to put that in Durham Skywriter. I'll check into that to see if it's still going. So before we go, tell us again about, give us your contact information, because now we're talking about two things, not just the chronic pain self-management, but the chronic disease self-management. So tell us how to get in contact with you.
I would say register, or just let me know that you're interested, because it might be that we start a class based on people's. You can call me at the Durham County Department of Public Health.
And give your name again too.
Willa Robinson Allen. At and the phone number is 919-560-7771.
Okay.
And if you want to reach me via email, it's wrobinson, ROBINSON, at DCONC.gov.
Okay. And I know we don't have time to really talk about it at length. I'll either have you come back or someone else from the coalition come back. But you did mention earlier in the show the Durham Diabetes Coalition. So I'll probably make that the subject of a whole show. I did want to mention that because a new addition to the Durham Skywriter on the health page, the Durham Diabetes Coalition has a series of webinars, which I didn't know about until recently. And so I listed the upcoming webinars.
Okay, and those are actually offered by the health department.
Oh, not the Durham Diabetes Coalition? Oh.
That's the health department.
I think it linked. I think I found it by going to the page.
They we're sharing that information because the Durham Diabetes Coalition is part of the health department.
Okay, I got you.
So we kind of combine our programs and our efforts. And those are offered free of charge. They're offered every month on different health topics, depending on maybe what month it is, or maybe even what people have asked us to cover.
Awesome.
And so we would love to hear from community members. If there's a topic that we're not covering in the webinars, let us know. And we'll surely.
I have a good topic.
What's that?
Now, if you do go to the Durham Skywriter and you do go to the 2-Year Health page, you will see an article on telling the difference between heat stroke and heat exhaustion. That would be a good topic, because
put it in the mix for July?
Because with one, the person is hot and dry, the body, and with the other, the body is hot and moist. So you have to know what to do, and you have to be able to tell one from the other to know what to do. With both, of course, you call 911.
Both are dangerous.
Yes. So that's really something to know, especially it's going to be 100 degrees all week. And I don't have air conditioning. So I hope nothing happens to me in that regard. I'm taking it easy. Well, that's the thing. I observe Ramadan, so I'm fasting. I'm not Muslim. I'm Christian. I'm a Christian who observes Ramadan. That's my way of getting close to my Christian faith. But for those of you who are fasting, get up early and drink as much as possible. The first day of fasting, I made a big mistake. When I had my early morning breakfast, I had just my usual little glass of water. I suffered that day. So you stay hydrated, even if you're fasting. You can always wrap. I take a white towel, wrap it around, and moisten it, and drape it around my neck, and that keeps me cool, keeps me from suffering too much. So with that, I want to thank you so much for being on the show, Willa Robinson Allen. I'd like to invite you back because you do a lot more things than what we discussed. So we're gonna, I'm in partnership with the Durham County Department of Public Health to help tell you about what they're up to and all the different programming that they have. And there's a lot that they're doing, and you'll be hearing a lot more about the Durham County Department of Public Health if you do read the Durham Skywriter, durhamskywriter.com. If you tune in, TV Skywriter, which in fact you can just type TV Skywriter in YouTube and find all my shows. If you would like to be a guest, just call me 919-809-9682 or write to me at durhamskywriter@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. It's not all health related. I talk to people about just about any and everything, entrepreneurs, anything positive. If you have information to share, just get in touch with me and I'd be happy to have you on the show or to interview you for the Durham Skywriter. With that, stay cool if possible. I know you'll be happy to get back to your air-conditioned office, right?
Actually, I got a couple more stops to make in the community.
Well, I might have to give you a white towel to drape around. With that, you have a real great day. I'll talk to you soon.